going on, man? If you seeing me right now, man, I see the caption, call your daddy. What? Let's get it.
You a sucker if you a step parent.
Damn!
Straight like that. So I got 2 stepdaughters, right? One of them's shipping out to the army in about a month. So yesterday we sitting on the couch, we chopping it up, bucka. You know how I go? And she's like, yeah, I had to make a will, and I had to put people in charge of my body and my money. God forbid anything happened. So I'm all engaged. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Nothing's gonna happen to you. You're a pretty girl and you kinda smart, so they probably gonna have you in the office. But she's like, yeah, but you never know, because they gonna give me a gun. I get that, but you're gonna be straight. But she goes, just in case though. But if I do die, I left everything to my dad.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So I paused for a second. I said, huh? Yeah, I left everything to my dad. I figured like he'll do the right thing. I said, everything? Yeah. I said, you, the car? Yeah. I bought you the car.
Fuck no, baby!
All your jewelry? Yeah. I bought you that.
God damn!
I bet. You know what? You're right. Your dad a good guy. Pucka. I ain't even gonna be in your chest like that. So I go to the room. I'm watching TV, all in my feelings. You know, a tear fall from my eye. Like, damn, I ain't get nothing. You couldn't leave me the car so I could remember you by? Nah, you gonna get it to your daddy. I bet. She go, yo, can I go to get a crumble cookie? That's fine. Make sure you buy your daddy a cookie. So she go to crumble cookie. On the way to crumble cookie, she called me. Yo, Rob, my car's shaking over 40. I said, oh man, it's probably something to do with your tires. Pull over, check if you got something in your tire. Sure enough, she got a flat. She's like, yeah, I got a flat. What do I do? Call your motherfucking daddy.
You ain't never left. You ain't never left.
Bro, think about this. The audacity. You raised this little girl. I don't know what age he came into her life, but majority of the time they're a young age. And now they're grown, and now you going to the army, and you can't even give me my car back? The first thing you do is think about your dad. I don't know how often the dad is in his life, but bro, that's why a majority of guys aren't being step baby daddies. They're not, because it's a thankless job. You know who said it the best?
Ma'am, you're too old to be wanting 5 kids. You're lucky if you find a guy who's willing to marry you and be a stepfather to a child, period. Because being a stepfather, which I have been one, is a thankless job. Much less to a stepfather to a guy that, by your own admission, is not the caliber of a man you even wanted to marry. So I have to deal with a child and this guy, and it's a son. You have a son?
Yes, I do.
Right.
And he's with his dad half the time, and he's with me
Well,
half the time. So his dad is out of
this is why women should marry your child's father, and don't make babies with a man you're not going to be with for the rest of your life. Really, that's the end.
Because the guy is obligated to take care of them kids. You have to have a great contract for that man to sign up for them kids. And depending on your body, your attitude, his self-worth, his value, because he know what he can bring to the table. Like I said, I believe stepfathers are doing God's work. Because if that kid don't have a father in his life, more than likely he didn't have a father in his life, and he want to raise the kids based off of his morality to that little kid to have a better life than what he had to go through. I would say don't do it overall, unless she has to be she has to be 1% woman. Value a man's train of thought, value everything, and do, wifely duties. Because you don't want to end up like the other dude.
Judge me for what I'm doing. I'm gonna tell y'all what's really going on. I can't do it no more. I done told this woman 7 times to leave my house. Get out, it's over. I don't want to be with her no more. I can't be with you. You don't want to do nothing for yourself. She don't want to better herself. She want to sit around and play the victim and act like I'm the problem. I'm not the problem. This all the stuff, she got to go. I asked her 7 times, get yourself together. I even tried to make it work. She living with me, I'm paying all the bills. She got her kids here. I didn't even accept her kids. I don't even got no kids.
Oh. Fuck all that!
I didn't even accept her kids.
I seen this video before, but I forgot the details. You ain't got no kids, bruh? You ain't got no kids, bruh? Oh, you got one kid? Like if I date a woman, she got to have the same amount, because you know I'm not bringing my 1 to your 3. I'm not bringing my 1 to your 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut something off with something off. 1 to 1, okay, because I know a dude, he had 0. She had 2 baby daddies.
Hell no, Willie.
He made a kid with her. Dropped out of college to take care of her 2 while she was pregnant. Know your worth, bro. Know your worth. Same with women. Same with women.
And treat them kids like mine. I love them kids. But I can't do this no more, Tasha. You gotta go. Gotta go. She gotta go, Tasha. I'm tired of it.
Car seat in the rain
I've
is
been dealing with
crazy.
this for too long. She gotta go.
I don't think people really understand the struggles of being a step-parent, especially being a stepfather. I know men are supposed to be the leaders and they're supposed to be the providers of their family, but how do you lead somebody else's kids? Whether you like it or not, especially as a stepdad, you're gonna get reminded, whether it's intentional or not, that those kids aren't yours. And then you have to pay bills and take care of somebody else's kids while the baby daddy is getting to roam free of responsibility, and the only thing that he ever gets is a bashing on Facebook every now and then. And if you got kids of your own, your kids are gonna get jealous. Can you imagine sitting there doing for somebody else's kids, and you're sitting here tucking them in at night and doing all this stuff, and your kids over there wondering what you're doing and why can't they be around you? And that's a loss right there, because you're gonna get blamed. And half the time these baby daddies, they get to come back around, they get to come and go in their kids' lives, and you sitting there, you don't put all this hard work and sacrifice in, and then this dude is just getting to come back whenever he feel like it. I don't know, man, it's just tough, man. Like, dating, especially in your 30s, it's just tough, because these are things that are real. And like, I try to bring this stuff up, and then people get offended, like women get offended, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but these are honest things that really need to be talked about. I think our generation is starting to figure out why it's important to pick who to have kids with and stop giving up on each other so damn fast.
I can't lie, it's really, really sad that people I went to high school with are pregnant and making the wrong decisions in their life. And you know how they got the Instagram notes? It was one girl, I mean, she did OL, so, I mean, you know, right? You know. But it's still sad that your bad decisions and you're being irresponsible, those 2 people, you brought a kid into this life, and one day you found out you're pregnant, and then it was like, oh, and don't attach no to me.
What?
Like, you attached him to you because you was getting busted up and he busted in, and now baby busting out. So technically, you telling us you single and you're pregnant. Damn! There's a woman right now. She followed me on TikTok. She's pregnant. This girl is 19 and she's pregnant. And on the stories, F my baby daddy. Damn! It's so sad. Like, the women have to teach the women, and the men in the generation need to teach these kids, these boys. They really just sleeping with the same man. Let's just be honest. use a rubber, bro. If you're not ready for a child, you're not financially ready for a child. Let me just say that, number one. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, bro, because you sleeping with her and she be pregnant, you get a DNA test, it's a possibility. You say it's not my baby, bro. You know, if you bust in, there's a possibility. You might not be the father, but it's a possibility. Or you can get STD. I say stepdads is the hardest thing in life, because you got to accept that man with that trauma, that woman with her trauma, and their kids. It's a thankless job, because the first video, beneficiary goes to the father. It was another video, y'all probably seen it. The guy was a stepdad for about 15 years, and now she's getting married, and she wanted her father to walk her down the aisle. So you know what he did? He canceled the entire wedding. That was like 2-3 years ago, because he couldn't walk her down. But yeah, she called him the dad. But the dad that never been in her life magically pops up and get the honor to walk her down the aisle. Like I said, man, I personally believe stepdads' lives matter as well, because what's the hardest thing about being a stepdad? Being emotionally attached to them kids. And then you gotta have that lingering mind with the kid grow up. You might forget about me. You want to grow your bond closer with your people, you know, as you should. But, you know, that small percent that don't get talked about, like, dang, I raised you as a child. I understand, you know, a selfless person wants you to rekindle your relationship with your father. But it's just that little small percentage, like, man, I did everything for you. You know what I'm saying? I did everything for you. Why you want to go behind my... You know, that's just me. You know, I don't want to say that, you know, unpopular opinion. But y'all understand. If you ever been a stepdad, you know what I'm finna say. I don't want to say it. But, hey, man, I'm Jay. You guys say in the comments if you have experience. I'm gone.